Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Planet Crafter. Or I should maybe even say, welcome to Planet Crafter. Uh, this is a game I've played before, but just recently I saw that they came out with their 1.0 release. So their full release, they're no longer in early access. There are many new things involved. It looks like there's like a new introduction, things like that. I'm looking forward to seeing what all is involved in this. So, again, I have played this before. I kind of have a gist of what I'm doing, um, except, of course, for whatever new things are added in. So this time, well, let me just hop into it real quick and let you see for yourself. So this time, I am doing a bit of a custom start. It seems like there are many new options to adjust and things like that. There's a new intro music, I think. I certainly don't remember it sounding like this, but you know, maybe I'm misremembering. Uh, but I'm gonna start a new game. We're gonna start from the beginning, see what all the new stuff is. Apparently, there is more to the story now as well. So, um, let me just show you this. So, here's all the different options that you can change for a new game. Most of it I am leaving as normal. Um, Most of this has been set to a casual standard. The only difference I've done is I've lowered the depletion from point 0.8 to point 0.5. So, like, oxygen and hunger and water are going to deplete at half the rate that it normally would. Everything else seems to be set for whatever the casual thing is. So I'm guessing terraformation is increased by 20%. Power consumption is reduced by 20%. Um, so, I won't have to worry about power as much. Multiplayer is now a thing in the game. However, I'm not going to be playing multiplayer. I'm just looking through it, seeing how it is. And then, of course, there are all these other options off to the side. I'm just going to leave them all unchecked. I don't need to unlock anything right away, as much as ore extractors would be nice to have right away. I, I don't feel like that's a necessity. Anyway, let me just hop right in to a new game and see how it goes. Uh, First couple of minutes will be trying to remember all the controls, as per usual. So, here we go. These two are, of course, the games that I have played in the past. Um, so, we're just going to start right in this new one.
Emergency. Correct your trajectory. Imminent impact. Imminent impact.
All right. So, we have now landed, I suppose, is the correct word. And it's not really a crash landing. Uh, so, the story behind this, if I recall, welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of this world. You'll need to generate oxygen, heat, and pressure. First, reach 175,000 Ti and create a blue atmosphere. And that's from the Sentinel Corps. So, what it is we are assigned to terraform this planet. I believe, at least before, it's like a prison sentence type thing. So we are supposedly all alone here, and it's not necessarily a survivable thing. So, I'm just gonna get started right away. Here is our initial supplies. We have some space food, we have some oxygen, and we have a seed that we can try to plant. Over here is our crafting station. We can craft oxygen, water, and a couple other things as well. First thing I probably want to craft. Let me see here. There's our inventory. So we can have 4 items equipped, or 4 of these kind of things equipped here. So like a tank, a backpack, and some of this other equipment. And our inventory is currently at 12 spots. So the backpack, of course, will increase that. The oxygen tank will increase our oxygen supply. So first thing I want to do is get, looks like 3 iron, 2 cobalt, and 1 magnesium. So over here we have cobalt. And the minerals are all just scattered about. I would like to get some ice as well, because we'll... Oops. There we go. Just wasn't close enough. We will need water eventually. Just 2 iron. Silicon, I don't believe I did. But since we have 2 iron, we'll go ahead and make the backpack right away. And equip that, increasing our inventory by 4 slots. Also, let me know if sounds are off or anything like that. Maybe something's too loud. I believe all the adjustments were made for early access. I don't know if things have changed since then, but if something's too loud, then I will happily adjust it in order to make it okay. So I just need 1 more iron, 1 magnesium. Here's the iron. And I think this is magnesium here. There we are, magnesium. Okay. Let's get ourselves a larger oxygen tank. We'll I guess boil some ice to turn it into water, or melt the ice to turn it into water. Just so we have some available. And we'll equip the oxygen tank, which will increase our supply up to 145 from 100. Now, first steps, we're just going to follow along. We're going to build these microchips as well, which looks like silicon, magnesium for all of it. So 3 of each is what we need. Also, I don't know if the crafting recipes are the same as before. Like I said, it's been a while since I've last played, so things may be quite different than what I think I remember them being. I can also sprint. I do need to remember that. I can just toggle that on so we're getting around a little faster. Alright, that's all the silicon. I need 1 more magnesium, which is right here. Alright. So we'll get some of this beginning stuff crafted and out of the way. That, that, and those we equip, just like so. now I should be able to craft things like this. 2 iron and 1 titanium seems about what I recall it being. So there's titanium. And we have some iron as well. Oh, there's a little box of stuff. Let's have a look what's inside. Oh, a bunch of resources. Sure, I'll take one bunch of that. Would have been helpful about, 3 minutes ago. Alright, top up my oxygen, and then we want to build a living compartment and a door. So that's 3 iron, 2 titanium, 1 silicon. For the time being, I'm just going to build it right here. Eventually, I'm going to want to move it just because this is not a great place to be building things. We now need a drill and a turbine, some crafting screen, or just a terraformation screen, a blueprint screen, and a heater. So we're just gonna get started on some of the terraformation stuff. So first of all, we need a turbine for power. Actually, that is sounding a little loud to me. Let me see. Maybe reduce sound effects about there. Let's see, how does that? That sounds a little better. Alright. Might still be a little bit loud. Let me know. And then we also need to craft a drill, which is titanium and iron. So we'll build that. All power is just, transmitted to whatever is needed. You don't need to worry about like power lines or anything like that. So as long as you have enough power, so like this consumes 0.4 kilowatts. This thing produces 1.2. So I could have 3 drills going before I run out of power. But I need power for other things as well. Like screens. Let me just... Which ones does it want? Terraformation and blueprints. So that one and that one. But not energy levels. Okay. And we still have a bunch of resources from what was in that container. Now this... There we are. Go up right there. We have enough for this one? No. We now need some more silicon. Which, resources are scattered all over the place. It shouldn't be too difficult to find some, at least right away, as I continue to deplete the resources around me. It will get a little bit more difficult to find stuff. So, of course, I'm not seeing any right now. But that could also be because I don't always see the things in front of me. There's another crate over here, though. So, let me pick that up. Oh, it has a lot more resources again. Can't carry it all at the moment, so we'll leave that be. There's another container over there. One thing I do remember to do is to remove the crates once I loot them, so I'm not constantly rechecking empty crates, thinking I haven't looted them yet. So, there's a blueprint screen. I'll just set it on the floor for now since we don't have a place to put it. And now it wants us to craft a progress screen, which we do not have. So we're going to have to get some terraformation advancement going on. So One thing it wants is a heater. Requires iridium, which normally you'd have to go searching around for. I do know where to find some, so I'll probably go get some right away. And then we need a Vegetube, which requires ice, which I've got right over here. And I believe it is also going to require seed. So I'll just build this quickly inside here because it cannot be placed outside. Some things do have a limit on where they can be placed. And then right now it's just consuming energy. It's not doing anything productive. Apparently I have a blueprint microchip that was probably in the container. But there we go. Put a seed in there, and now it is producing oxygen. So now we are increasing our terraformation index a little bit faster. And as I said, normally you'd have to go hunting around, maybe find a treasure chest that has the stuff that you're looking for in it. But for me, I know right over here is, or at least last time I played, it may have moved since then. Right over here is a cave. You can see the sand kind of falling off the top of it there, where you can find some iridium. And again, normally you wouldn't be able to travel out this far and back again without having a lot of oxygen with you. I am playing a bit casual this time because I have played through at least once, if not twice. I think I may have continued my first game though. So, all right. And there's our tier 2 oxygen tank that we have earned for getting a certain amount of terraformation. Once I have that, the proper screen built, I will be able to go into a little bit more detail on it. But basically, you learn your technology based on like different things that you terraform. So like I have a drill creating pressure. I have a heater, or will have a heater that makes heat that warms the planet up. And you know, things like that. So at the moment, you can see my oxygen isn't going to keep me up until I return to base. But that is why I brought along a oxygen container to make sure that I can get back with plenty to spare. So just going to use that now. There we go. Oxygen is filled up. And in a moment here, I'm going to be moving up into this area to build my base. This is a nice big flat area. Seems like it's intended to be where you're supposed to build your bases, you know, because it is quite difficult to build flat constructs on a slope. So I will be moving up there fairly soon. The sooner the better, really. Well, that way I don't have to keep moving all the stuff that I've built from down here up to the place. As we're passing by, we'll just go ahead and take a look at this. Can grab some of that as we go. I'm probably going to have to make a little bit more storage to hold all of this. If I can. I don't know if I can make more storage crates yet. Alright, back here. I can make more storage. It is a fairly simple one. So we'll put that there. Put a lot of this stuff away. And then I'm actually going to see about moving to all of this up to the slope there. So we're going to need 3 iron. What was it again? 3 iron, 2 titanium, 1 silicon. So there's 2 and 1. And we need 2 more titanium, 1 more iron. And just 1 more titanium, which I saw right here. Alright. I'm gonna grab a couple of iron that is in this chest over here on the way somewhere. It's over here somewhere, probably on the other side of this rock, right there. Gonna grab this iron. I'll grab all of it so that I can deconstruct this. There we go. Now I know that won't have any more loot around, and we're just gonna go up here and start building a new place to set up camp. Not only just because it's a bit of flat terrain, but also because this is a fairly centralized point in the map. At least it used to be. There are a few new biomes added that I will want to check out as well. So this place might not be as centralized as it used to be, but you know, most likely still is. All right, heading back down here. Drink the water real quick because it seems like I need to. And even with the half depletion rate, it certainly seems like water depletes pretty quickly. So I will have to be still taking care of all of that. And then the other thing is I could just leave this stuff here. You know, as I said, there is no distance to how far power is taken. So, you know, even with the stuff down here, I could still power stuff that was up there, and vice versa. So I could leave it all there, I just don't want to. And the reason being is, as you can see, this is a lower elevation. Once we start terraforming and getting precipitation, this is actually going to turn into a lake. So it's good to move above water before you start flooding the place. Because once something is underwater, it no longer works. So for the moment, just gonna put a lot of this stuff in there. Gonna build another storage in front of it. And start filling that one up as well. Now, I know that there are some new things. I am excited to get into it. It looks like the terraformation has expanded further than where it used to go. I believe amphibians was... so you could make insects, you could make fish, you could make amphibians. I believe now it has expanded to the point where you can make mammals. So... like, now you can make little pets, I assume, for yourself. Maybe they're just creatures that wander around. I'm not particularly sure. But, you know, if you're gonna have animals, might as well have them be pets, you know? Alright, we're gonna make one more trip. Apparently I just deconstructed the door, not the building itself. Which is interesting, because I don't believe you could do that before. Like, in order to get rid of a door, you had to get rid of the entire square building, which is modulated, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's basically meant for modular. There we are. That's what I was thinking of. It's modular, so you know every piece fits with every piece. Gonna make one more temporary place to store things, because most of this is going to be used to recraft what I've just deconstructed. And then once we're up there, we'll start expanding the base. Again, it's not going to be a pretty base or anything like that. I'm not so much for prettying it up or for making sure things are lined up or in the right place or things like that. I believe I am more function over form, so as long as it's there and doing what it needs to do, that's fine with me. Alright, and there's one chest over here I want to move. There we go. And there's nothing I can do with this crash pod, to my knowledge. Like, I can't deconstruct any of it. It's just gonna sit there. So, we're gonna head up over here to the ledge. We're gonna get things going. Oh, getting caught on a few things there. And hopefully I will be able to get a decent amount of progress done tonight. I do also want to explore some of these crashes that are about. They usually contain a few things that are... it's really dark in here. Oh, don't want to deconstruct. Alright, grab some of that. Have a lot of iron. Alright. We'll get this set back up again. Excuse me, hiccups. Alright, iridium silicon for a heater. So grab one of each of those. We will get a heater placed inside, because that's where it needs to go for the moment. Looks like we are out of power, so place a couple more of those. I'll grab the rest of that. What else am I needing? I'm needing a Vegetube, which I suppose I didn't get the ice back from deconstructing it, or maybe I just put it away. Oops, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Put that right by the door, and figure out where the seed is that I've gotten. There we go. And then I also want to make this place a little bit bigger, so we need a lot of iron and titanium. Do have the titanium. I suppose I can put the food away. The oxygen, I'm not gonna need that anytime soon. So grab a bunch of iron. And that's all the titanium I have. And then we're just going to expand living quarters. I did forget about this. I am going to raise this up a little bit to get over the small bumps. So, um, actually, I should probably do that right now before things get too bad. So, about at that height, I think. And then we'll just start putting this together over there instead. And for a door, I need titanium and silicon. So there's that. Don't have any more titanium around, so we're gonna have to find some. More iron, of course. I will eventually just pick up all the stuff around the area because I don't want it to be in the way of the building. There we go. That should be good to begin with. Oh, right. More iron. Or these maybe. And somewhere around here's iron. There we go. And yes, my base will be floating, partly because unless they've changed things, yeah, foundation still doesn't line up to how the base is. So, gonna put an entrance there, one more iron. Do that, and we're gonna put in some stairs to get into our base. How does this? There we are. Alright, hop in here, fill up on oxygen. I'll take all of this and deconstruct it. Once again, we'll put it in the new base. And another thing too is the new base will be modified as I get better items to build the base out of. Right now, we just have the basic, here's a bunch of square rooms, put them together to make a larger room, but it's got this big pillar in the middle of it. So, oh, I don't have any iron. So I'll just put all of this away. Yes, almost all of it fits. And then all of this over here we can just leave. It's close enough to the base that I'm not going to have to worry about it. But we'll deconstruct all of this again. Oh. And now we have plenty more space to put this stuff. Right. I couldn't carry everything. So, there we go. Deconstructed that. My inventory is still almost full. Should do this. And build 2 more of these. There we go. All this stuff away. And what else am I missing? Crafting station I could probably use. Did make a drill, didn't I? Alright, that's empty. That stuff. Yeah, there's the drill. So we have a drill, a heater, a plant. So let's make ourselves a... Well, let's put it over here. like the crafting station to be near the front door so I can go ahead and craft things when I need to fairly easily. 1 silicon, it looks like, for a tier 2 backpack, in addition to the old backpack. There we go. We have increased our carrying capacity by another 4. We do also have a new oxygen tank that we can make, so silicon, cobalt, and magnesium. Or cobalt, sorry. Magnesium. Once again, we need the tank itself to upgrade. And now instead of 145, we're up to 200. Give me just a moment. Gonna get a little hydration. Alright, sorry about that. Oops, wrong buttons. There we go. What's going on? We're getting, I think this is a sandstorm. I think it makes it so that you dehydrate a little faster. But other than that, it doesn't really have any effect. It did make it lighter in the room, though. So I do like that. We do need our screens back. So I'm just going to take all of the resources that we have at the moment and make the terraformation screen right here. Kind of put it up as high as I possibly can. And then what I like to do is I like to build a couple of desks to put things on. We're going to need some iron to do that, so let me go scavenging for some more of this. And this is kind of why I was contemplating getting access to the resource drills right away, because until you have the drills, you kind of have to just go scavenging on your own, picking stuff up. But again, I didn't want to just ignore all the free resources that are out here. Alright, so something I like to do is I like to have a bit of an entryway desk to kind of be my information center. So this is where I keep track of like the oxygen, the heat, the pressure that the planet has. So let me build some of these screens. Oh, I'm out of iron again. Alright, I need more iron. It's just going to be the information center. It's going to tell me about all the things I need to know or want to know. And we're going to get a few more screens that will show different information later. So, excuse me, hiccups still. Yeah. I just like to have, when I walk in the door, all the information I to know right over here. Silicon, which I don't have. I forgot I had emptied all of that out. So we're gonna grab these right here and here. Now if the things are balanced as they used to be, silicon is going to be one of the things that I'm going to run out of quite frequently. Alright, we're going to put this like right there. So this is our technology tree. This is what I was going to go into a little bit of a little depth to begin with. So each one of these is based off of each one of the different terraformation things that you do. So oxygen, heat, pressure, and your final tally, which is all of it combined. So focusing on oxygen will get you this line of items, heat will get you this line of items, and pressure will get you this line of items. Of course, terraformation is the top row. And they're not all-inclusive, so you can't just really focus on heat only. So like heat will eventually get you a drill, which will let you get pressure, which will provide power. Oxygen has a heater in here. It actually has 2 heaters, which of course will provide the heat. And then of course all of them combined provides terraformation. And you can kind of just get most of your information there. The screen does cover up terraformation once I have a full line of these, but I'm not worried because in the top right corner, that information is present anyway. Alright, looks like I'm gonna need to get some more water. So just do that, that, there we go. Looks like we're getting hungry as well. Just go ahead and get a meal. And we need a progress screen, which we can't make yet, so I'll just have to do with this screen. So this tells me how much power I'm producing, what's producing the power, and how much I'm consuming and what's consuming it. Overall, whenever you upgrade to a new tier of item, it is usually much more beneficial, like in like quantities of or multiples of like 10 or 7 times, 10 times better, that sort of thing. So like a tier 2 whatever will be doing about 10 times the work that a tier 1 will at a fraction of the power cost. So it is always beneficial to upgrade to your next tier whenever you can. But also, rather than just waiting for all of this to work on its own, so like this solar panel, I need 1000 Ti, currently at 871. If I were to add more things... Oh. Alright, so this is a different event. Rather than just being a dry desert thing, you can see things are coming in, and that one's actually coming in straight toward me. So, right now we're having a meteor shower. It is a bit loud, as meteor showers should be. But what this is not only is it dangerous, it is also bringing in random resources. So you can kind of see off in the distance, like all these rock chunks are going to disappear. But amongst the rock chunks are various resources. So right there you can see some magnesium, there's some iron right there that just rolled in. I'm going to stay inside for the moment because, again, it's not good to be out there. You could, like sometimes you have to be, because items will only stick around for a short while. Some of the more rare stuff, of course, disappears more, much faster. So, in those cases, you kind of have to be out in the middle of the meteor shower to collect the resources before they disappear. But for the moment, like, we're gonna go ahead. I don't have any more plants, so I can't really increase that. However, and I wish I had remembered this before I had moved over here, there are hidden treasures all over the map. Like, there should be one per area at least, or one per significant landmark. So this is the landing zone. There is one over here. There's a crashed ship up there. So there's one up there as well. But I believe most areas have a golden treasure chest or golden storage chest. So I know where a few of them are. I'm gonna just go over here and collect one right now because there's something important in it. So, oh, there we go. There's our solar panel. You can see the chest just kind of peeking up over the ridge there. So we open this up. There is a golden seed, and a bunch of other more rare resources. I'm going to go ahead and drop this piece of iron to pick up. Oh, there we are. I was in deconstruct mode. That would do it. So, what I have gotten is a golden seed. And what this does is it increases any plant resource production by 600%. So it is going to get oxygen, in this case, at 6 times the rate. Later on, when we actually start growing plants out here, you know, in the wild, I believe it will also increase the production of plant matter as well. So I am getting a little low on oxygen at the moment, but when you run out of oxygen, it's not just an immediate passing out. You do have a few seconds to go that last little distance before anything bad happens, and we just have some resources sitting right there. Okay, so as you can see, this is producing 0.18. I'm going to empty my inventory for a moment. Not of the seed itself. So we're going to go from a 0.18, we're going to put that in. It has an oxygen multiplier of 600%. So now for the same amount of energy, we are producing 1.08. And it is telling me the percentage value. That is nice. That wasn't there before. So at a glance, I can see what type of plant is in there. However, that means I can now build another one of these to put this other plant in. Also, resources that just fall to the ground you can pick up without having to mine. You can kind of tell the difference between them. Normal minerals are kind of stuck in the ground at a particular angle, whereas anything that fell down is just kind of lying around at an odd angle, which also means that that's one that will disappear after a while. So I can build another one of these. We'll get that seed going here. Sounds like there is another meteor shower coming in. It's a bit more frequent than I was expecting. Do we have any more iron? one piece of iron, one iridium, so we can put up another one of these. We'll move it, because that just went over my power supply. And I'll have to get some more iron. While I'm in here, though, let me take a look and see if there's anything else I want to craft. So this is good. Tier 1 exoskeleton. Let me find this titanium here. Get this crafted up. So what this does, I think we're going to have to remove some of this to begin with. This increases the number of equipment slots that I have. So by equipping this, I now can carry 8 things. And now I have room for 3 more pieces of equipment. Which, one of them is a torch. So I'll go ahead and craft that. Put that in. And now I have a light that will help me see in the darkness. It's not that great, but it works. Okay, so I think I need a lot of iron at this point to build more turbines. I do have a solar panel I can make, though. So it's a pretty good upgrade. Like I said, we're going from 1.2 to 6.5. I just need 2 cobalt and 1 silicon. So once again, this is all just sitting right out here. And I can then just drop down a solar panel. I can remove these now because solar panel is that much better that I should just upgrade them or upgrade to them. And again, I'm not really particular in how I place things. 1 more cobalt, 1 silicon. That's magnesium. It isn't always easy to identify what's lying around when they are at weird angles. Alright, another wind turbine. We'll get some drills out here as well. Because at the moment our oxygen is being produced the most. So we kind of need to even up the rest of it to catch up. Otherwise, we're just wasting a bunch of... Oh, I can't get that. Well, that's stuck there for now then. There's 1. And we're out of titanium. Some more over here. Oh. There's now a tier 2 Vegetube. Go ahead and put one of those down. Alright, so the Vegetube, of course, is created by the heat one. Pressure can now make windows. At some point that unlocked, I wasn't paying attention. The tier 2 Vegetube. Oh, also, somewhere there's a way. I think it's a blueprint that we can reduce the clutter on the screen by removing the lower tier stuff. So a tier 2 produces 1.4 per second versus the 0.18. So again, like almost 10 times more. So this is like 8 times more just for upgrading. So, and it's iron, magnesium, just need 1 silicon and 1 additional ice to make a new one. So I'll just grab that. Do have the silicon on us. Come in here, take that out, deconstruct the old one, and build a new one. Can I put this outside yet? No. So this still needs to go indoors. It now is much larger, and we'll put that in and produce 8.64 for basically 4 times the amount of energy, which isn't much. Can I build another one? No, I need 1 more ice, 1 more silicon. So let's just go back over here. There's plenty of ice lying around at the moment because the temperature isn't very high. That being said, we are constantly warming it up, so eventually the ice will melt. Alright, we'll build another 2. And for the moment, put that seed back in there. Let me grab another thing of food. Gonna pick up an oxygen, put all this stuff away. Actually, we have a print right here. There's a tier 3 backpack. And we're gonna decode a blueprint microchip. So now we can make agility boots, which increases our speed, I believe. Yeah, increases movement speed. But we need aluminum and fabric. We haven't encountered fabric. We have found aluminum in a golden chest, though, so could try to make that. However, this tier 3 backpack also requires aluminum, so I think that's going to take precedence at the moment. We also need 1 titanium and 1 silicon, which, again, is one of the things I'm using a lot of. So let's have a look around. I'm going to grab a piece of ice for some water. Some titanium just lying here. Grab the iron. Why not? Eventually, I won't need iron so much. Also get stuck on that. Alright, so once again, backpack, craft a new one. Put this back on. We now have doubled our initial carrying capacity. I'm going to go ahead and make this into water and drink it. We have some oxygen. I'm gonna head up there real quick, and I'm gonna grab another one of those golden treasure chests. Just to increase the oxygen production. And here we are. We found aluminum, more food, and some eggplant seeds, so we can start growing our own food once we have the technology. And another thing to keep in mind is these treasure chests that are lying about, the resource crates. They are based on your progression. So if I were to not loot them at all, and wait until further into the game, I would get better things out of them. That being said, you know, right off the bat, when I'm looking around and gathering stuff, rather than hunting around for 5 minutes for one resource, it was pretty nice that I found a chest that had you know, a bunch of random stuff that I needed to get my base started. So, something that I had kind of forgotten is whenever you go wandering around, the best thing to do is to carry around 3 iron, 2 titanium, and a silicon. I think I need 1 more iron. And silicon somewhere, hopefully. There we are. And the reason for this is, and sure, I could top up my oxygen with one of these oxygen capsules, or I could come up here to like this flat land right here next to a frozen-in cave and build another living compartment. So we put that in, we put in a door, and suddenly we have a free top-up of oxygen. So now, having that, I can come over here. I am going to go inside in a moment here. But I want to come up here and grab the stuff out of here. So now we have some uranium, another golden seed, and I can dismantle this for some more super alloy and aluminum. My inventory is mostly full at this point. So what I'm going to do is grab this iron. I'm going to come over here. Sounds like we're getting another storm rolling in. I'm just going to put a lot of this stuff in here. Just store... Oh. No, this is another meteor shower. Alright. So while this is going on, I am going to come in here, and we're going to have a look around the inside of this ship. So it's got things like fabric and aluminum, and seeds and food. Some of this stuff can, like this, can be destructed or deconstructed to get further in. We're looking for little small boxes like this that contain blueprints. So now I can learn some new technology if I find it, or if I research it. Right now I'm grabbing all the food because I can't make any myself. These are computers that we can eventually deconstruct. I don't have the proper technology to do it right now. Alright, there's the 2 fabric we need. Grab the aluminum. Most of this we're going to start leaving behind, though. Actually, if I sort it like this, probably start leaving behind iron as well, as we get more things that need rather than want. Deconstruct that. And I'm just going to drop some of this iron. Is there anything else? I suppose the silicon can be put on the ground as well, because I'm going to deconstruct this. And yeah, I don't need the titanium. I'd rather have the aluminum. And yeah, right now I'm just leaving a bunch of stuff there. And now, rather than using my oxygen capsule once again, I head back out, and I head over to the little shelter that I made. Alright, so I have to drop a few things here. Actually, could use that. Could just use the oxygen, or okay, don't use the oxygen. Gonna have to. Oh, you know what? I'll just make 2 trips. First trip though, I want to make sure I have the golden seed. And the second trip, isn't really important, but eventually I will come back up here and grab a bunch of stuff. Now this seems to have changed a little. It used to be just a big slope that you could slide down over here. I mean, there is still one, but it seems like a lot of this has like more rocks to it. So they've done a little bit of changing of the previous biomes. Eventually we will find some of the new ones and have a look at them. I probably should do that soon as well, because the longer I take, the more likely other biomes are going to change based on what kind of terraforming I do. For the moment, I'll just put a lot of this away. We'll go over here and decode a chip. I can now increase my mining speed. Excuse me. But also, I want this, so I can now make agility boots. So now, putting these on, I am now 15% faster. Doesn't seem like much right now, but there are multiple tiers, so eventually I can get much faster. We'll replace that with that, so our oxygen goes up much faster. Then the rest of this can be stored away. Oh, most of it can, at least. Let's put that there. We'll make another storage depot. Alright, my inventory's empty. I am going to do the usual thing. Grab iron, titanium, and it looks like we'll have to get 1 silicon on the way. So where am I going? I have no idea. Just gonna have a bit of a look around. Here is the silicon. So there's usually stuff in there that I want. And there currently is no map. I will have to get the technology for that as I go. Over this direction is the desert. Now, it used to be that you could see a ship from here. But maybe that's right over there? Like, maybe I haven't terraformed this enough yet. I don't know if I want to be exploring at night. Like, there's no problem with exploring at night, it's just really dark. Like, excessively dark, and I think that's more of a Unity thing than the game itself. So, okay, I don't remember these rocks being here. Okay, so maybe it's just more of the sand. Off in that direction, it seems like it may have been Some things may have been added. I don't know if I remember that being there. But this is the ship that I was thinking of. I guess it was just in all the dust cloud. So, here's another wreckage that we can explore and find things in. But right now I'm just kind of having a look around before all of the big terraforming things happen, because it's nice to see a before and after. And a lot of times I don't do this right off the bat. You know, I sit around, I make all the progress stuff, and I get, you know, rain, I get lakes, I get trees and stuff, and so I don't see how these things look before they've been terraformed. Getting kind of low on oxygen at the moment, so we'll get our shelter, do that, and then deconstruct it like so. Kind of want to look off in that direction because it looks like there's some sort of new stuff over there. Like that looks like it is somewhat frozen over. Over here, like this area, if I recall, turns into a lush like forest or jungle or something like that, with little lakes everywhere. So that's gonna look nice once it gets terraformed. But it seems like there's a snow biome over here. And it may just be that I've never looked over here. Can now grow food. Awesome. I do need to be careful. I don't know where the edges of the map are. Like, I assume that now that this is a full release, there shouldn't be any edges. But who knows? So over here, it looks like we have an icy biome. We have some unmelted ice if we get close to it. It starts melting at 425 GTI. Okay. And then we have a bunch of other things over here that we can take a look at. Like, the reason why I'm looking at this right now is, so this looks like a bit of a canyon of sorts, but you know, there is a lot of ice around. So once we start melting the ice, this is probably going to fill in with water, and so therefore it would be a lot more difficult to explore. That being said, of course, the other thing is the ice will melt. If there's a cave behind there, it's kind of hard to tell. Then you'd be able to go into the cave. Now I am in a suit, obviously, that provides oxygen. So being underwater isn't really that much of a concern. But like, I'm looking over here, you have this ice, but you also have like this purple over here. Right? Oxygen's low. I am so glad for those notifications. There we go. Top up. And deconstruct this. Like, this is purple, and I guess it's just, you know... Oh. Hello. It's purple because there is pulsar quartz over here. This is, or at least was, one of the rare resources. Why can't I get that one? Oh well. One of the more rare resources that you could obtain previously. So I guess that make sense why the ice is purple. And the other thing too is I'm probably going to get a little lost. This is all new to me over here. Does look pretty neat. A lot of the treasures I think I'm gonna just leave alone until I need them later. That being said, of course, I might not need them later, and they'll just go to waste anyway. That's fine too. Because I'm not necessarily going to walk all the way over here just because I remember there's a treasure out here or something like that. Although I might, considering that that looks like it is a source of pulsar quartz. So, once I have resource harvesters, there are certain places on the map where you can set up a resource harvester and it will gather that particular resource in general. It will gather a bunch of other resources as well, so you're getting a variety of stuff. I am heading this way now. I don't remember these arching rocks at all. So I'm gonna have a look over this way. It seems like I need to top up my oxygen again. And I might need to consider going back home because I didn't bring any food or water with me. And that could be a problem. So I'm gonna head this way because I can use the planets and moons as my guide. Big Planet is the one I was, there might be a gas giant, I don't know. It's the one I was walking toward to begin with. So hopefully I am not wandering into a dead end over here. Hopefully this is actually leading somewhere that I can go through or around, something of that nature. There is a hidden place right here that I could go into, but that's not what I'm here for. Oh, you know what? I think I kind of know where I am at this point. Like, some of the architecture and stuff I don't recognize, but if this is where I think I am, then if I head this direction, I should get back to the desert. I hope. This looks a little bit more deserty over here. But I need to get back to the base because I am at less than half on water and food. Food being also my health. So basically, if I take damage, I get hungry. And of course, getting hungry is effectively taking damage. Yeah. So they have added a lot more to these regions, so they look a little different than what I remember them looking like. So apologies if I get lost occasionally. you know. Uh, things apparently have changed. This looks like going to need my shelter again. Sorry, I do know where I am at this point. I'm just going to take a little bit of a detour. So this is a little nice cave. It's full of super alloy. It's also, I believe, where you can... Oh, where did my entrance go? In here? Oh, and it's showering meteors again. That's dangerous. Although I'm not seeing them. Maybe they're coming from a different angle? They used to always come from that direction. So maybe that's something they've changed. Also, it seems like they're all just hitting right in that one spot. I wonder if I just missed a different meteor shower. Oh well. So there are different meteor showers. There's the one that you saw right at the beginning. It basically helps replenish resources so you never run out. There are super alloy meteor showers. There are a couple other various ones. I think one is actually a whole bunch of shipping crates, like maybe a ship exploded in the sky and its cargo has hurtled down to the planet. But, alright, we're coming back to explored territory before I lose my way. I get distracted, sort of thing. And we'll continue building up. Also, later tonight, once I'm done with the stream, probably in about a half hour or so, I'm gonna be playing some Among Us. And that being said, let me just double check over here, make sure that that is still the case. Oops. That's not what I wanted. There. Alright. It doesn't look like I have any messages about it quite yet. Okay. Let's just store everything in containers. And we'll do a little bit of catch up on what all has been progressing since I went exploring. Get some water. So we'll craft this up right here. Bring that down. And have food in one of these that we'll consume. Alright. So we have a tier 2 drill. We need iron and titanium, which means we just need one more titanium than the previous drill. So go ahead and do something like that. Another piece of titanium. Eventually I'll organize this a little bit. So deconstruct these three and see if we can build. Oops. Oh, missing one more titanium. Grab that over here. And we'll build that. Tier 2 solar panels are pretty much the same thing, except we need, see, iron, cobalt, silicon. Just need one more magnesium and aluminum. Now, I have only found aluminum in chests so far. That doesn't mean I can't find it elsewhere. This, whoops, not the plant though. I'm just gonna go ahead, deconstruct these. Power goes down. We're gonna, whoops, gonna make 3 of those. That's most of my inventory. Right over here is another biome. That you can kind of see. It looks like these are giant chunks of aluminum. So we're gonna go over here, grab a bunch of that, because that is the new material we need for a lot of this tier 2 equipment. And of course, while we're over here, I'm going to make a quick stop right under here for another golden crate. We'll hop across the rocks into this biome full of aluminum, or if you prefer, aluminium. I use them both interchangeably. It's just the way I am. I've learned to use both. Neither one is wrong. They are both correct pronunciations. But I am also kind of wandering over this way because once again, do I have oxygen on me? I do not. I should be a little more careful about what I'm doing. Right here, I thought, was where the another golden chest was, but not seeing it. So I'm gonna quickly head back because I'm running out of oxygen. And normally I'd stop to mine some of this stuff, but might not have enough to get back. If I see titanium and iron, though, I will pick it up. And keep in mind that this is at half consumption rate. Sort that. There we go. Gonna build one of these. Silicon for the door. Luckily, there's one right here. There we go. Alright, so normally in here you can find a bunch of aluminium. I didn't really see much, though, just with a casual glance. Maybe that has changed. Maybe you can only mine it here now. Nope, here's some right here. There we go. So we can get aluminium out here. There is a little bit of aluminium in that cave off in the distance where I initially found iridium. So that is another smaller source of aluminium to just keep us with enough resources to get the basic stuff, I guess. And as long as I'm, crafting buildings and things like that, I can always get the resources back. It is a full one-to-one conversion, So you don't lose anything just by building something like that. You do, however, lose it when crafting like your equipment. So you can't get your stuff back like that yet. I know there was a thing called a disassembler, which allowed you to take pretty much any item and disassemble it into the components that make it up. So here's a tier 3 oxygen tank, sorry. I need iron, titanium, silicon, magnesium. Iron, titanium, silicon, magnesium. And can I craft it? Oh, I don't have to unequip it anymore. Well, that's awesome. And now it can have 280 oxygen. Alright, what else do we need to build? We need to build tier 2 heaters. So, once again, construct this, get most of the resources back that we need to craft another one. Just need titanium and aluminum. And this one, of course, is... Oh, it can still squeeze in there. So there we are. Now it produces 5.4 versus the 0.36 that it used to. What else? Just got a tier 3 vegetube. And now we can build skylights into our building. And we have a communications antenna. And we have finally gotten the transmissions screen. No, it wants me to make a progress screen. That's different than what I was thinking. Never mind. Alright, so the tier 3 vegetube. 2 silicon and magnesium aluminum. I think I'm quickly running out of my aluminum. Once again, just deconstruct our previous one. Should give us most of the materials that we need. Just need one more silicon and water. So we'll take one of the ice, turn it into water, and we'll grab a silicon. And now, as you can see, these can no longer be built inside. These now have to be placed outside. So, I'm just going to do this real quick. And place that in there. And now we're producing 93 versus the 8. So again, about a 10 times difference, if not 11 or 12. There's our progress screen. Alright, progress screen. We need 2 silicon and a cobalt. Which may have to go just 1 cobalt. Yep, I need to go find some more silicon. As I said, silicon is going to be needed a lot. That's iron. And it would be just fine if I just, traveled everywhere and picked up everything that I saw. That takes a while. And it also takes up some storage. So, I'm just going to have to do this until I have the ability to dig in the ground for resources. Alright, so it's a progress screen. It's backwards. Let's try this. Just put it up There. So what this tells us is how far. On the left side, it's our current stage. It's a barren rock floating in space, and it shows us our progress towards the next stage of a blue sky, which we will reach at 175,000. Now we can build better storage. Wonderful. So we're at 50,000 at the moment. We are a little under a third of the way there, maybe a quarter of the way there. Well, more than a quarter, less than a third. And this just requires more iron. So if I go in here, grab some of this, that, I can now build something like this, which has a much larger inventory space. So I'm just going to move everything into this for the moment. Deconstruct those. And then, of course, build another one. So now we're saving on space. Alright, next step. Upgrading a few more things, like make another heater, I suppose. Let's grab all the aluminium we have. This is only going to take one, so iron, titanium, silicon. There's the iron. Looks like we need some titanium and silicon. It's like 3 pieces of it just sitting right out here. There we go. Get another one of these going. And very soon, I'm betting, I will have to make some more solar panels, because, well, we still have 31 available, so I guess that's not as bad as I thought it was. Iron and water. So let's make water, the ice. We have iron. So do that. And we'll put one of these up. And we will start growing some eggplants. There we go. So now we will no longer have to worry about running out of food. We will have more. Whether or not that's enough for me at the moment remains to be seen. But yeah, for the moment it's all good. Alright, we need 1 water, 1 magnesium. I don't see either in there. So once again, out to gather resources. There's the magnesium. Some ice. Need to turn it into water. Right, there we go. That's water. Suppose I completely forgot that we'd be getting resources back from that. Which is why I try to remind others that that's a thing that happens. Because I certainly forget that it happens. And there we go. We're now producing oxygen at a very fast rate compared to everything else. So oxygen is the main contributor to the terraformation at the moment. And as I unlock these, I like to leave the last 2 things I have unlocked and just scroll up to what's coming up next. That way I know what I have gotten and what I am getting very soon. So looks like advanced crafting station, which will happen at 175. We'll get another heater 80. A beacon and a nuclear reactor at 60, which is very far off. So, let's just take a look at what else we can make. There's the beacon. I do have 2 heaters. I have 3 drills. 2 vegetubes. Tier 3 vegetubes. And I don't think I have any more aluminum. It's tier 3 heater, which I think I can make. So silicon, titanium. If I just get all of that back, I get those. And now I can use iridium rods to make the tier 3s. I believe. Nope, these still go inside. Alright, well. There's 1. There's 2. There goes my power. Alright, what do I need? I need more aluminum for that. But 2 cobalt and silicon. How much am I off by? 58 versus 65. So if I can produce another 10. So I just need 2 of these. So 2 iron, 2 silicon, 4 cobalt. So normally I would build a tier 2, but currently lacking on a couple of resources. I just want to get this up and running again. This is just a temporary fix. Some silicon. Oh, I think that's what this is. There we are. All right. Grab that as well. There's some silicon sitting right there. Put that in. We're now producing everything. Gonna come in here, some water, and put all of this away. Do I have an oxygen tank? I do. Take that with me. You know what? I can still just do this. I can grab some more titanium and iron as I go over here. It's all the titanium I need. Now we're just looking for iron. So set 3, now we just need 1 silicon, which is right over here. Which is good, because now we're coming in here again. 2 exoskeleton, wonderful. Now it, for some reason, seems darker in here than I remember, so we'll turn the light on. The reason why we're in here is we are obtaining more aluminum. Nothing more, nothing less. It also seems like either the ice is a little more buried in here, or it is starting to melt. We're gonna get some silicon as well. Especially since I see so much of it right here. Could get some more iridium as well. that's not as important as the aluminum that we need. Sounds like another meteor shower started. So we are luckily in a cave. So we shouldn't be hurt by any of this. That being said, of course, I have had it happen where a meteor managed to hit me while I'm inside a building. But again, that was early access. So can't really use that to judge the current build. Mostly full at this point, so let me hop over here. And get this. Once again, another chest full of goodies. And I suppose I should probably use the oxygen before I run out. And that should be my inventory filled. Head back to base with more aluminum. Can turn the light off. There's the tier 3 drill. We're making a lot of progress. But we are not yet to 170,000. 175,000. However, the sky is much bluer than when we went into the cave. Partly because most of the terraformation happened after we installed all the tier 2 things and tier 3 things. So yeah, we're at 96%. That's good. Can start making these tier 3 items. What did I need it for? It was for solar panels. So let me go ahead, turn the power off again. Oh, right. Forgot to put away all the resources I just obtained. There we go. Let's pick up this off the floor. I should be able to... Oh. Should be able to build one of those. Oh, right, because it needs magnesium. Oh, there's one right here. I forgot that that was an added ingredient. So, we'll build one of those. Power's back up, running. And now we've reached 175. Let me just check something a moment. See what's going on. Looks like people might be getting together for it at this point. So, this is actually a good place for me to stop. Just reached blue skies. We have a lot of stuff going on. And to kind of let you know, I believe my first time going through this took me like I want to say 6 hours to reach this point, whereas this time it has taken me closer to an hour and a half. So, I do know what I'm doing much better now. And of course, I am playing much more casually. It's not like too much is been changed. Like, I still need all the resources. About the only thing different is I might need one less solar panel at the moment. You know, things like that. But I definitely plan on continuing this next week to look at all the new stuff and see the new biomes and see the new end game stuff once I get to it. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay tuned. In about, I want to say 10 minutes or so, we'll be starting up some Among Us. Gonna be playing that for a few hours tonight. And I guess look forward to that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you hopefully in a half hour. Have a good night.